Yo, what we doing today? The talk today is about Gunner. If he snitched or he stood up, I want to know how y'all feel about it. See what your thoughts are. I want you to subscribe, share, and like. Thank you for the three that's here. I want to know how y'all feel about Gunner. Do y'all think he stood up? Or do you think he took the low road? I just want to know. I'm curious because sometimes when people have money or have means to getting around, then people overlook a lot of things that they got going on. So I'm just wondering, how do you all feel? Do you feel like he did the right thing or he did the wrong thing? I'm just wondering. Questions getting asked. Everybody want to know. Sometimes it don't matter what goes on as long as it benefits you to some extent. So I'm just wondering, does it even matter now? Do you stand up or do you sit down? That's what the question is right now. How do you all feel? Do you sit down or do you stand up? We want to know. Because it seems as if everybody has their own thoughts of what they going or how you gonna do or how you gonna proceed in life. So what is real? Is real fake or is fake real nowadays? Is what I want to know. Let me know. I'm just wondering. Because it seems as if today people do what they want to do. If it benefits you, then you do it. If it don't, then who cares? So I'm just wondering, do you stand up or are we sitting down? What are we doing? Because it seems as if it doesn't matter. It seems as if it doesn't matter. So I'm just wondering, because I see people that go to prison every day. Some stand up, some don't. But it seems as if you got something going on, or if you're looking out for everybody, then it don't matter. Because it seems as if as soon as you're back home, no one remembers or no one cares. So I'm just wondering, what's the purpose of being in the streets nowadays? If you're gonna do wrong and then tell on somebody to come home, I don't understand. I've been through it. I just don't. I'm not understanding today. So I think the best thing is for everybody to work, take care of your kids, because at the end of the day, that's all you're gonna have. You notice if you're in the streets, they only love you while you're in the streets. When you leave, it's time for somebody else, for them to love somebody else. So I'm trying to figure out, what kind of decisions do you make? Do you continue to live the life you living, or do you change it? Or is it just for an image? Because I see a lot of guys in the streets uh, just for the name that they can have. I mean, they're not making nothing. You're not saving nothing. It's just with who you hang with, who you around. So I'm wondering, is that what is that what it's for? You just holding on to dreams or something that you want or something you thought you was, because some people get in the streets because they never had a name. Now they got a name. Now they feel like everybody love them. So now, you the man. But when the time comes, don't nobody want to be the man no more. So I'm just trying to understand, where does it go from here? Because it seems like it's the blind leading the blind. Everybody getting tricked in the street. So I mean, what's the purpose? I mean, I'm just wondering, what's the purpose of getting in the street, doing dirt, then you tell on your friends. But if you get the money, then it don't matter because nobody's gonna bring that up. I try to tell all the guys that I come in contact with that it's really not what it seems to be. I've been to state prison, I've been to federal prison. Everybody gone, but everybody resurface when you're home. So if that's the life that everybody want, then continue the path that you're on. But then when you find yourself in situations, say just like with Gunna, now you understanding that it's just me. So then what do you do then? Do you stand up or do you sit down? Because it seems as if now everybody sits down. Everybody want to enjoy the fruits of the labor. Everybody want to enjoy the women, the money, the clout. But when it's time to go to jail, don't nobody want to go. And I don't understand. Nobody wants to go to jail. But you're going to have to go because you can't stay out here forever doing what you want to do or thinking that you can do what you want to do because somebody going to tell on you. Somebody going to be mad. Somebody ain't going to like how you moving. Somebody going to just make up something because of somebody you deal with and they want you out of here. And you're going to go. So the question is, really, is it worth it at the end of the day? Because I come back and I think about my life and things I went through. And it never really added up, to be honest. You know, you go from everybody loving you, everybody wanting you to succeed to the point to where you can take care of them. But when you can't, no one cares no more. Or when you go to jail, everybody hollering, he knew better. You should have been stopped. But the whole while you free, everybody got their hand out. Everybody want you to tell them yes. Everybody wants you to pull up. But when you gone, ain't nobody answer. They got to find somebody else to take care of them. So the main thing is really take care of yourself the right way. I mean, I've been in the streets, so I can't try to down talk someone on what they're doing. But my thing is this: if you in the streets, that's all I'm telling you. If you in the street, get your money and get out. You can't stay there. They're not gonna let you stay there. Your friends ain't gonna let you stay there. Nobody's gonna let you stay there. So get what you're gonna get out the way, and start your life. Because you can't do this forever. It's not possible. So let it go. Then you'll realize who's really there for you, who's not there for you. Because it's easy to see. Because all you gotta do is tell somebody no, and now you ain't nothing no more. You the worst person. But as long as you tell them, yeah, they love you, you the best thing ever happened in their life. But that one time you say no, they willing to do anything. They really are. So I really don't be understanding the logic no more, especially with the age I am now. Because I was talking to my partner this morning, and I'm telling him, if people in the streets right now at this time, I'm 44, so if you got somebody in the street that's 30, 40, and you ain't got it right yet, you need to let it go. Because it's not gonna come. It's not in you. Because I know a lot of people that trap, if that's the word you want to use, but they ain't going nowhere with it. So I'm trying to figure out what's the purpose. Because I thought when you started it was we ain't got nothing. We trying to get something to go do something else. Not get it and stay there and think you can do what you want to do, because it's not going to happen. It's just not possible. It's not possible for it to continue on. So if you're not willing to set you a limit and get out the way, then you're gonna be in trouble. Cause they're gonna leave the doors open for you. Somebody gonna tell on you. Anything. You can get killed. Somebody gonna tell on you, you can get killed, or you can go to prison for the rest of your life. And I don't understand why would we continue to do that with ourselves every day? Because once again, like I tell you, I've been in the streets, but when I was in the streets trying to get out of them. So with that being said, I was doing everything I could do to get out the streets when I was in the streets. But you got people that do everything they can do to stay in the street. I don't know if it's the name, the so-called respect that you get, because they're only respecting you for the money. Because soon when you lose the money, it ain't no more respect. That's a fact. Or if it's a thought that you don't have nothing, then it's no more. So who you doing it for? Are you doing it for the streets, or are you doing it for you? That's the question. Because I see guys, that's supposedly hustling, but you ain't getting no further than somebody that's working. So I would go get a job, to be honest. But instead, you got people that stay in the street because somebody know their name, or somebody can say this about them, or they did this. When that's never the case, y'all. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work. Get in, get out. That's what everybody supposedly is taught anyway. But y'all get in. But one thing that I've learned with being in the streets, being around people in the streets, people that majority of the time, people's thoughts are that a person that's in the street is hustling, that's all they can do. And in some senses, it is, because that's all that you're training yourself to do. So I say, if you got people, because people that you've been knowing your whole life that's been hustling since you met them, it ain't got nothing. So I don't understand what's the purpose. I just do not understand the purpose of getting in the streets, staying in the street, and thinking you're not going to go to jail, or thinking you're not going to get robbed, thinking you're not going to get shot up, or thinking that you won't get killed. Because it will happen, and it's going to happen. It's just set up like that. So I started the podcast in a sense to help help uplift people, to change your mindset, females too, for you to get your mind on something other than what it's on, because it's just not working. I don't know everybody's life situation, but it seems as if everybody fronting, everybody putting on a facade for the next person. You don't want to be broke as the next person. You want to have more Jordans than the next person, when it doesn't add up to anything at the end of the day. In no way. But we get tricked to think that the Jordans and the outfits makes you somebody. I never thought that. All that stuff is for somebody that can't talk. They can't express themselves, because they want you to look at that and go from there. But I don't understand. Maybe you all can help me understand. Because I don't. It's like people just out here trying their best to put on for the next person. When I get on Facebook every day, and I let it be known that no one, in all actuality, no one cares. At the end of the day, it's all about what I can get and what you can give me. It's sad, but that's just the way the streets is put together. It's not no winning. I've seen people get buku money, unlimited amounts of money, but you're not able to spend it because you locked up. And at the end of the day, nobody cares. Nobody cares. As long as you free, they care. But when you gone, they don't. Because now you can't answer the phone for them. They got to answer the phone for you. 9 times out of 10, they think you want something, some money, or something that they owed you before they left, so they ain't answer. Only 2 people you got when you locked up is God and your mama. The 2 people that you run from when you free. I've said that before, but that's what it is. Because people got to go on with their life, and I learned that when I was locked up. You know, because even my pops told me, son, the world don't stop. You got to keep going. He got to keep going, do what he doing. My mama got to keep going. So what you think everybody within your realm of you being in the street, what do you think they gonna do? When you can't front them nothing no more. They can't call you to borrow $100. They can't call you to give them a ride. So now it's on to the next. It's sad, but it's true. And that's just the way of the world. But we're gonna have to wake up in some sense to know that it's just another way. The rappers got the kids, got everybody mixed up in their thoughts because they looking at TV and you looking at them and you thinking that this is what it is when it's not. You get showed every day that it's entertainment. You got people, you got Gunna just took the stand, told him he know he was on the record label, told him there was a gang, told him he understood this, told him he was in the car with they found guns and drugs. He let them know it won't hit. So now, whose is it? It's Thug. But when you in the streets, supposedly you talk to hold it down. Don't nobody say nothing. But when the time comes that a person got to decide who is more important, they gonna choose themselves. I mean, that's just what it is. So when you dealing in a game, and when you dealing in stuff like that in the game like that, it got to be understood that even if it is a crew, or even if it is this many people, you still by yourself. Because that's how it is in the world. It's hard, but it's fair. So you got to understand that it's about you out here and it's about you in there. Because that's the way it's going to go. You're not more important to somebody else than they are to themselves. And you shouldn't even, I mean, to be honest, you shouldn't even expect it because that's just, I mean, that's the way of the world. Nobody is going to put you in front of them, no matter how many times they tell you they love you, no matter how many times you held them down or how many times they held you down, you're going to pick you. And that's just what it is. So I mean, the game, like I say, the game is a game. You know, like I tell people, there's no way that you can expect to be in the game and nothing affects you being in the game. Nothing stops you from being in the game. I say that to say this. If we in the streets, we hustling, we getting to it, we doing this and that. You have to know that in the streets, you got robbers, you got killers, you got drug dealers, you got police, you got snitches. All that is in the game. So when one of them happens, excuse me, you got to accept that because that's what it is. Like you like, wow, oh, such and such. It sometimes it be probably the person that it happened to or the person that did it that you like, wow. But at the end of the day, you got to know that all this will happen. All this will happen. Everybody got cars, so it's possible somebody gonna get in a wreck. Somebody gonna run a light. Somebody driving without a license. All that just goes with driving. So if you're in the street, you got to understand that all this happens. I was telling my partner earlier, same guy when I was talking about earlier, we was on the phone. I'm saying you can deal with somebody for 5-6 years straight in this good business. But Today it don't got to be good business. Today they can be broke. Today they back can be against the wall, and they set you up, or they rob you, or they do whatever, because that's all in the game. I mean, I don't understand what the loyalty come. Everybody's loyal. Everybody, like I said, everybody loyal. Everybody love you when you free. When you able, when they can touch you, when they able to call your phone and it's a possibility that you answer, then you the man. But let the days change. I've been through it. I've been through it. So I know this ain't nothing that somebody called and told me. This is what I know. Cause I done been back there and got 20 years and everybody gone. And you know they're gonna be gone. Cause everybody got to live. Ain't nobody finna wait for you 20 years more. People don't even want to wait for you a day. So get it together. I'll be back later on today. I'm probably have some guests coming in. You know, we're gonna talk. I'm gonna be talking about, you know, just life every day. Every day I'm gonna be on here. I'm trying to wake somebody up from being asleep, because the world gonna keep turning. The page is gonna keep turning. So it's time for us to keep learning.